Okay, guys, every time I do a video about my Livescope, people ask me about my settings. And the settings on Livescope for me are really not as complicated as a lot of people are making them out to be, as far as I'm concerned. So there's really only three main things that I adjust on my settings. Now, I'm going to skip some very simplistic things such as the depth. You know, we'll talk about that for just a minute. You can see right now I'm in 7 foot of water. I'm running on a 10-foot screen. If I was in 20 foot of water, I'd be running on a 25-foot screen. I normally run my unit somewhere in the forward view of between 70 and 120 feet. Less than 10 foot of water, 70 feet. The deeper I go, the farther I will look. If I try to look out to 120 feet in this 7 to 10 foot of water, it just distorts what's out here to a point that I really can't tell what it is. So I personally like around 80, 75 to 80 feet, less than 10 foot of water, and then I'll get a little deeper as I go. There's just a fish right there. Maybe he'll be still and we'll take a look. Oh, there's two of them. Maybe he'll be still for a minute. We can take a look at some things. So the first thing that I'm going to talk about on my settings is the gain, and it's on the Livescope screen right here. It's very simple to adjust. The negative makes the gain less, and you can see as I reduce this gain how I'm losing. Think of the gain on this unit as the strength of the picture, but the issue with it is if you turn it up too far, you'll start to get a lot of distortion. You see how much distortion we have now on our screen? So I want to run my gain normally somewhere between 65 and 70 is probably pretty common. The other things that I will adjust beyond just the gain, if I go into my options menu here and click sonar setup, you'll see this noise reject right here. Now, if I put my noise reject on low, you can see it immediately changed the screen. So when you have your when you select your noise reject, you can change your gain. So if I have my noise reject on high, my screen's clear, my sensitivity number will be higher. If I put my noise reject on low, my screen becomes blurry. So to clear it up, I would have to run a lesser amount of gain. I normally run mine on high myself. Noise reject, high. That's just what I like because it gives me the ability to run the highest gain, which gives me the ability normally to paint the best picture further away from my boat. If you're not seeing stuff at a distance like you want to, try this. Try taking your noise rejection and putting it on high and turn your gain up so that your picture quality at a further distance becomes much better. Now the other thing that I like to mess with is the color gain. Let's see here. When I go to sonar setup, appearance, color gain right here. Now the color gain, what this is going to do is make things more visible. When I turn this color gain way up, you can see how it brightens the screen. Turn it way down, dulls the screen. Very similar to the noise reject. These three settings need to work kind of with each other. If you, like I said a while ago, if you run a super low noise reject, you're probably not going to run a real high gain. If you run a high noise reject, you're going to have normally a real high gain. But if your picture is not as bright as you want it to be, if you want the picture to be brighter and more vivid, go in here to your color gain and turn it up. I normally run mine somewhere around 75. But that's it for me. Those are the three things that I really like. Now, I personally like the black emerald screen. You may like a different color, and that's perfectly fine. I think that all just depends on what you see the best. If you like a different color, don't think that black emerald is the best. It's just the one that I like. But if you'll learn how to make your gain and these other two settings work together, all together, with each other, you'll get the best possible picture that you can get out of your Livescope.